Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. Welcome to the historic Fayette County Courthouse for this patriotic reading of the Declaration of Independence. This is a proud part of America 250 and the Sharing of the Spirit of America campaign. Today, we proudly join hundreds of other groups reading the Declaration across the United States and its territories. This commemorative program was organized with close collaboration with the Fayette County Historical Society, bringing our community together to honor our shared history and the enduring principles of liberty. Thank you for being here with us today. Now, before we get started, we would like to acknowledge that an event of this significance is only possible through the collaborative and collective dedication of our community. Our deepest thanks to everyone who contributed to making today a success. Those including Sophia Coaches, our national anthem singer, Jade Benzio, our Pledge of Allegiance leader, and the One Voice, One Community Choir. Our distinguished readers, State Representative Charity Grimm-Krupa, State Representative Ryan Warner, Fayette County Commissioner Chair Scott Dunn, County Commissioner Vice Chair Vince Vasidis, and County Commissioner Second Vice Chair Carrie Dutch Kaufman. Mayor of Uniontown Bill Gerke, Chris Bucklew of the Fayette County Historical Society, Neil Reddington, Worshipful Master, Freemasons Laurel Lodge 651, Amari Williams, a student at One Voice, One Community, and Eli Wolf, Fayette County 4-H Teen County Council member. We also cannot forget a special thanks to the members of Boy Scout Troop 608 for our presentation of our colors. Also, down to my left here, massive thank you to Hot Diggity Dogs for our hot dog little luncheon over there. Please, Adoring, if you're hungry or after, please by all means go visit them. Sweet and Smokin' for our cupcakes. Those cupcakes will be available after. We don't want them to melt in this heat. The Uniontown Walmart for donating our chips and soft drinks. New Bowers Flowers for these beautiful floral arrangements behind me, the peace lilies. And the grocery outlet for our water. Now, if you're not already, please stand so we can welcome Scout Troop 608 for the presentation of the colors. And please then stay standing for Sophia Coaches singing in the national anthem, and then Jade Benzio for the Pledge of Allegiance. Color guard, attention. Present the colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you again to these amazing young people for helping us honor our country. Now I am going to toss it to Muriel Nuttall, the Executive Director of the Fayette Chamber of Commerce, and my mother. We could not have done any of this without her guidance, and I wouldn't be here without her guidance. So, Muriel.
For about 250 years exactly, the words we are about to hear have reminded each generation that freedom is never inherited without responsibility, and that every generation has a role in shaping what comes next.
Today, we gathered not simply to remember the past, but to take our place within it. We stand on the shoulders of those who dreamed of a nation built on liberty, courage, and the belief that ordinary people can accomplish extraordinary things.
We honor those who defend those ideals, those who work to expand them, and those who continue to preserve them for the future generations.
Here in Fayette County, we are part of that American story. Our history has been shaped by farmers and miners, soldiers and teachers, entrepreneurs and families, people who answered the call of their own time, the determination, sacrifice, and hope.
As we celebrate America's 250th anniversary, may we remember that history is not only something that we inherit, it is something that we create.
May those who gather here today, young and old alike, leave with a renowned appreciation for the freedoms we enjoy, the responsibilities we share, and the promise that the next chapter of our nation's story is still being written.
And now, as Americans have done for generations, let us hear once again the words that changed the world. Representative Krupa.
In Congress, July 4th, 1776, the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind require that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shewn that mankind are most disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than the right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient suffrage of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, that facts be submitted to a candid world, he has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good.
He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till he assent should be obtained, and when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together legislative bodies to place unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of people.
He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise. The state remaining, in the meantime, exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states. For that purpose, obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of the new appropriations of the land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their office and the amount and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance.
He has kept among us. He has kept among us in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has affected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us
to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and acknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretending legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by jury.
For transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government and enlarging its boundaries so as to render that at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule in these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing the most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burnt our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people.
He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people.
Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislator to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war and peace friends.
We, therefore, representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress, assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved of all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, in our sacred honor.
Let's give one more round of applause. That's the Declaration of Independence. Now, it is at this time that I'd like to welcome the One Voice, One Community Choir up behind the microphone to sing God Bless America.
Getting your water. Your water. Your water. Miss Brittany. Yes. You know where to go.
Can you sing in there? I was next to you. I do. You want it.
Hey.
Relax. Hey, y'all look here.
All right. That's fine. Straight. Okay. Right there. Right there. Okay.
God bless America, the land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
I'm hearing 3 different types of tones in my ear.
How did they do?
Before we close today, I would like to leave you with one final thought. When we first began planning the America 250th in Fayette County, we imagined one celebration. What we discovered was something much bigger. We discovered that our communities were hungry to come together, to celebrate our history, to share our stories, and to create memories that will belong to the next generation. As the Fayette Chamber of Commerce, it has been one of the greatest honors of our year to bring people together around that vision. We quickly realized that this wasn't about creating one county event. It was about supporting the incredible things happening in our towns, our boroughs, schools, churches, historical organizations, and community groups. Our role became connecting the dots, encouraging one another, and helping to tell one countywide story. From Brownsville to Connellsville, Uniontown to Masontown, and communities in between, each event has become a piece of something larger than itself. Very much like the Fayette County quilt that's been created, every square tells its own story, and alone, each one is beautiful. But together, they become something extraordinary. Just think about what we've experienced together so far. Fireworks lighting up our skies, so many fireworks. The ringing of bells across our county, parades, pie eating contests, Young Washington's float on the Youghiogheny, Braddock's Crossing, the American Relay, our night of combined worship, and so many hometown celebrations that reminded us how special our communities truly are. And perhaps what gives me the greatest hope of all are the thousands of children who have met Fiona Fayette and her classmate Jordan. They've learned that Fayette County didn't simply witness American history, we helped shape it. They discovered that history isn't just something they read about, it's something that now belongs to them. And we're not finished. Brownsville's Riverfest is still ahead, our fall festivals are coming, even Christmas celebrations across Fayette County will carry America's 250th into another season. This year has reminded us of something very important. Our greatest strength has never been found in one organization, one event, or one community. It's the many coming together to create something no one could have accomplished alone. So today, to every municipality, committee, volunteer, sponsor, teacher, historical society, church, business, organization, child, every resident who has been a part of this remarkable journey, we say thank you. Thank you for trusting one another, for believing that this anniversary year deserved to be more than just a date on the calendar. Thank you for reminding us that patriotism is found not only in remembering our past, but in investing in one another and believing in the future of this beautiful county. Years from now, people may not remember every event that was held, but they'll remember how this year made them feel. They'll remember the children waving flags and our communities believing in themselves again. And I hope they'll remember that here in Fayette County, America's 250th wasn't just about honoring history, it was about making history. So on behalf of the Fayette Chamber of Commerce, the Fayette County Commissioners, the Fayette County Historical Society, thank you for allowing us to walk beside you on this incredible journey. May we carry this same spirit of collaboration, pride, and hope into the next 250th years. God bless Fayette County, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for attending today. Now please, no one is allowed to go home without a hot dog or two and some cupcakes that are on the tables. Please, by all means, help yourself. And as Muriel said, God bless Fayette County and God bless America.